Lonnie Harwood won it.
Cool.
Last year. Let me find out.
Yeah, let's check it out. I was playing with a couple of female employees yesterday, and they were really strong. They were really strong players.
Yeah. Oh man, there used to be. What a flop! Wow. You got to be kidding me!
Wow.
Oh my! Sand just flopped a straight flush, and McKish just flopped the king high flush with the redraw to the straight flush.
To the royal. You
gotta be kidding me!
What a flop.
He's got an open-ended straight flush draw, one with the royal, of course.
Wow.
Oh my!
And sand. How did the sand play out?
Find out right now. You've got to be kidding me! So McKish bet 60,000. How is Sand going to play it? I mean, almost everybody just calls here.
Yeah.
McKish has now made the straight to go along with his straight, to go along with his king high flush.
No kidding.
I mean, we're six-handed.
The only card where this gets in no matter what, but the only card that would change anything in Makesh's mind.
Any diamond.
And a diamond or the board pairing. But I mean, even then, the chips go in. You're five-handed. I mean, you don't have that many big blinds. The money's going in here no matter what. No matter what rolls off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if
a
diamond were to come off, it could kill Sand in the sense that, then you can actually put your opponent on an ace.
Yeah.
And somehow not raise.
But they still don't have enough big blinds for that to happen.
By the way, the fact that McKish is now double-barreled.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, he's telling you that he's got a hand. He's not bluffing.
No. And Sand, he's just going to let him hang himself, I think. I mean, how do you raise here with a straight flush? Five-handed.
McKish bets 135. Do you raise here if you're Sand?
I think you just let him hang himself. I think you have to assume that he must be bluffing here, or maybe he's got a straight.
You just don't want, if your opponent might have, a queen or something, you don't want another diamond to come off that kills your action.
True.
Obviously, if you knew what your opponent had, you just get it in.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy at that point.
What's the optimal line?
I
put this out to, not just to you, I put this out to our audience. What would you do? People always say, why do you play quads? Yeah. It's not every day you flop a straight flush.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's different, and it depends on the scenario. It depends on your opponent. I think five-handed here at the final table, and how tight Sand has been playing so far, you just let Makesh hang himself, if he was bluffing. And assuming that, he didn't flop the king-high flush here, you just let him keep betting at you.
I think you also want to let him keep betting his queens.
Yeah.
Because if you just call this,
yep.
Let's say Makesh actually had king-queen with, out the diamond.
Yep.
Would he... It's hard to imagine that he would fold. I'm sorry, it's hard to imagine that he would check back the river.
Yeah.
Because I would think, well, I've got, not only do I have the queen, I've got king-queen. I've got,
Yeah.
I'd probably continue betting.
Yeah.
It looks like Sand might have raised this, though.
He did. And he's lucky that Makesh has a big hand here, because if Makesh didn't, and he was just kind of firing on every street just to try to win the pot, then CJ would be shooting himself in the foot. But
that's what I'm saying. I mean, let's say Makesh had just the queen.
Yeah.
Or queen jack, something like that, without a diamond in his hand.
Yeah.
You might get Makesh to fold, which would be awful. But hey, it's easy to play poker from our seats. We can see the cards.
Absolutely. And maybe CJ has a good feel for Makesh also. He's been playing with him all day, maybe in previous days. Maybe he knows that he's not just, betting the flop, betting the turn without a hand. He knows that he has something here. So he knows that he's got to get it in before some sort of scare card comes out.
You talked about women bracelet winners. We'll answer that just in a second here. There's the all-in, there's the call. And amazingly, Makesh is not drawing dead. I think Makesh just did a fist bump because he thought he was ahead.
Yeah, and then now he just...
And now he realizes it, wow, oh my God.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
No.
Wait, no, was that an ace of diamonds on the river? Or,
no, it hasn't
been dealt out yet.
It hasn't dealt yet.
Wow.
I was gonna say he's really calm if the ace of diamonds just came up. Ace of diamonds is the only card in the deck. By the way, if you get it in and you're still drawing live against a straight flush, that's good. 6 of clubs on the river, and wow,
Tough spot.
I don't even think it's a tough spot. I think it's completely you're gonna lose spot.
No, yeah, exactly.
Cool.
And the limp in.
Cool. No raise.
I mean,
Yeah,
first
I mean-
level, you're not a big fan of limping in really with anything, or are you?
No, not at all. But I mean, the term they use on the internet, all the young kids these days, it's called mind setting, where they're trying to like trap a set and they hit a set, and there you go. But oh my goodness me, look at this.
How big could this pot get?
6
Set, flush, straight.
Wow.
Cool.
Quick call from Achilles. I mean, he's not really to know right now how much action he could get by fast playing this, is he?
No, but he's made absolutely the correct move, because the last thing he wants to do is see as another spade on the turn.
Landers has got the straight. I mean, what should happen now?
Well, quite rightly, Timmy's obviously of the opinion that he's betting, say, a lone ace or a
20,000.
pair. He's got a big hand here.
And he's made a big bet.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see Kalakis putting his hand down. I think those two are going to go to war, but I can see Donahue being clever enough to pass, but it is a real tight spot, this.
Can you pass a set here? I mean, how many options does Donica have? Is raise an option right now
No,
for him?
no.
Cool.
Now comes the move, because if Kalakis can push here, if he can find it within himself to push. Oh.
Cool.
Is that a what kind of call is that? I mean, is he actually is he trying to
again,
slow play slow? Or is he actually
no,
worried?
I think he knows he's winning, but he's just hoping a spade doesn't come in the end. Oh my goodness me! Wow.
Check.
Donica's got 4 threes, and I mean,
And he still looks like he's asleep.
can this pot get bigger?
I can only see a call. I think if he bets here,
What's the bet size? What should the bet size be?
he's going to bet 32,000 in my book here.
40.
And there you go, bets 40.
40,000.
He's going to get called by Kalakis, and that allows Tim Flanders to fold, because Tim cannot be winning this coup.
We've already seen Achilles is kind of on his A game tonight. I mean, obviously the flush is good, a good hand, but I mean he doesn't think Donica would be bluffing here, does he?
The information he has got is he's in a three-way coup, and a three-way coup will open itself up to a full house being out there, as opposed to if it heads up, you just can't believe they've got it. In his mind, he's betting with the flush. He's playing a hand that's got a bigger flush draw, and maybe there's someone who's got 2 pair or a set.
If somebody had a bigger flush out there, I mean,
I think the hand would have been played faster.
right.
So I mean that's probably going to mess up his thought process.
Because it's, I mean, and who's he more worried about? Is he worried about?
Cool.
Yeah, and Tim has to pass here.
This has been one strange hand. It's kind of amazing that no one's going to go broke here.
Well, you see, what Kalakis' flush is just sort of mid-range, and he was scared of another spade coming out, because when he gets 2 opponents, he's thinking, I'm never going to make somebody with the ace of spades pass. So he needs to see no spades.
Look at that face, Tim. Is in physical torture pain. But 40,000 is nearly all his stack. Can he beat a bet and a call?
No, no. And I'm sure he's going to be clever enough to understand that. He's just mad that it's paired up at the end, but he doesn't know the pair up at the end has actually saved him. He's not going to be thinking that, but that's exactly how it is.
He's looking at Achilles. He's looking at Donica. I mean, in his wildest dreams, could he say to himself, Achilles? No.
Pass.
Well, his best
Good
chance
fold.
was to phone a friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it as a good pass.
What a hand!
straight.
What a hand!
Folded around to Toby Lewis.
I'll get that.
On the button, he looks down at 2 queens, big hand.
On the button, it's a glorious time to get
Raise
these
to
big
eight.
hands
I'll
because
get that.
people don't believe you there.
Oh, well,
Well,
this could do it for Roble.
He's got sloppy chips. He's on tilt. This could be ugly. Oh, he's definitely going to raise. I mean, how can you not raise?
He's going to get ping pong here by the by Team Great Britain.
Yeah, as you said.
First trick, it bluffs him. Then Lewis stuffs him.
That was good.
He just calls here.
That's
that's a little shocking.
That's
to me.
I would have
Sure.
raised. I would have raised. It's funny. I would have raised and folded to a re-raise. That's the sick thing.
Now Timoshenko's going to come in this pot
For
with
sure.
2 deuces. He's getting the right price to come into it.
I mean, it's
It's
possible
an
that
easy hand to play. You flop a deuce,
Yeah.
or you don't invest any more money. Just that simple.
got to be impressed by Roble just calling there. It's almost like he said to himself,
I'm not
they know
gonna-
I'm on tilt. So
Right.
I think the pot's going to be big. I just have that feeling.
All 3 players have pairs. That's something you don't see very often pre-flop.
Button in the blinds.
Oh! It's come
Quads,
queen,
full
queen,
house.
9.
Oh my God.
Goodbye, Andrew Roble.
Wow.
Been nice having you here, but
0%.
It's such a hard place to
Some
be drawing
days-
a
It's
head
so
from,
hard
isn't
to
it?
flop a full house and be 0%. It's really, really hard.
Wow.
They're both trying to figure out how can I get all the money in. And by the way, Lewis is thinking he has to be bluffing, right?
18.
Because when you have quads, you have all cards locked up.
Roble leads right out and bets a full house.
Playing it like
Well, that's something I would never do in this spot to a pre-flop raiser. I'd let him take one stab to bluff at it. Now, obviously, Lewis is thinking he's died and gone to heaven here or something. He just can't believe
but he's
what's
also
happened.
thinking it's got to be a bluff or an ace-9. It just so
You're
he's
just going to call. You're never
yeah,
going to
he's
raise.
never
this
going to
spot.
raise. He's never raising this. I mean, it would just be a horrible play.
Until he's last man, last action, probably before he's going to get any bets in this pot.
Yep. And look
He's
at it.
gonna Continue to throw the rope.
These guys are just
Wait.
incredible.
Well,
I mean,
42.
Well, I
he's
just
done
showed
that
you.
so it doesn't look. I mean, what are they
he
thinking?
raised?
Yeah, why do you raise there?
Well, he's raised here.
I think this is a bad play, but amazingly, it's going to be the perfect play because you get all the money in now. Because
Well, Phil, I mean, isn't it that he's raised here because he's reckoned that Roble will never put him on a strong hand if he does? I mean, it's that
No,
The
sort
point
of
is,
level.
looks like an ace
raising
queen.
here, you shut the guy out of a straight draw in case he had a jack 10. It
You
makes
know
no
he
sense
can't-
to me. He
it's-
doesn't have a queen.
it's wrong. It just has to be wrong. You can't let the guy bluff anymore because he can't have it.
He's got the only hand he's going to continue to play.
He's just getting very lucky that the guy.
He's got the only hand he's going to continue to play. 9's full. Roble is just very happy
Yep.
that the guy's raised him.
But he's going to probably call because in the end you think if he has a queen he'll bet the turn, no problem. So he's just going to call.
I got to tell
Am
you.
I right? He just called. Yeah. In the end, because it's too big a hand. I think Roble's played it right.
Both players are liable to not even get all their chips in there. They're going to try to out-slow play each other from here out.
Mike, that would be.
This is unbelievable.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't shock
it?
me if it goes check, check on the turn.
Well, I think what's clear is that both these players actually think the other guy has nothing. And
Kind
they're
of.
trying to.
Right.
That's their positive. I mean, is it
Robles
possible?
is hoping that Lewis has a queen. That's what he's hoping for,
Right.
but he doesn't feel it in his bones yet. So he's
Because there is a level here among these young guys on that paired board to the raise that, Roble's trying to represent, a lead with air, and Lewis is trying to represent the pre-flop raiser raising him with air.
Yep. And I think given the way the hand's gone, Toby has to fire like 50 or something right here.
Well, I just can't believe he's betting this hand. In case your opponent's got a straight draw, why would you want
Wow.
to shut him out?
Robles is thinking Christmas time, but it's not Christmas time. It's Cole in the stockings time. I stole a phrase out of your book. That was you, Jesse. That was you. I can't.
Roble obviously trying to decide. The bet's 60. Do you go all in? Do you raise? Do you just check and lead the river? What's the best way? What does he think Lewis has here? What would Lewis play like this? Obviously, a queen.
I'm in shock he
Maybe.
raised him on the flop. I mean, that's the first thing. I would have never thought
Yeah.
the guy's going to make a
On the
call
flop, that was,
with
I think,
any hand.
horrible.
Looked like a horrible play.
In hindsight, these will be the worst 7 minutes he spent on his
Well.
trip to London when he got
Yeah, this
out-flopped
is-
by
yeah,
quads.
He'll be looking at on the airplane ride home in his mind, too.
Oh, boy. Toby, on the other hand.
Still just flat calling.
Well, they're just calling here.
Because he's thinking my opponent might be bluffing.
That's what it has to be. That's what it has to be.
The only thing would make it worse if a 9 comes up on the river.
Right.
Oh, my God.
That was sick.
Can you believe this?
Oh my lord! That
Quads
is so
over quads.
sick. I can't believe that.
It's kind of unfair.
Oh my lord! So now he's like,
Oh my God.
he's like, wow. My opponent can't have queen 9. Hopefully he has queen 5. You know, or
Well, Toby must be thinking, geez, what can this guy have to be calling with all this way?
One thing we know for sure, just in case he checks it, he is going to get a wager.
I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
no, me either. This is a first for me. 10 years of cards.
Well, he's moved all in and quickly called and let Roble turn up his hand first. 4 9s
They
against
can't
4 queen.
believe
Look
it.
at Timoshenko's face.
Look at Toby Lewis.
Look at Timoshenko. Look at Timoshenko. Look at Timoshenko. Look at Timoshenko.
That might be the most weirdly played hand in history of poker. One of them, certainly.
Poor.
You know, the whole crowd is just completely shocked.
Andrew Roble has left the building. Timoshenko has never
That
seen
says it all right there, Timoshenko's face.
Well, in many casinos, that would be worth a 7-figure bad beat payout.
Oh my lord.
Well, he knows this guy re-raised him on the flop with 4 queens.
Yeah.
That is astonishing.
Yeah. That's why no one can put him on 4 queens.